Hey guys, so the video I'm going to do for you today is a video that has been requested quite a few times, but it just took me a while to get together a list of just items that I wanted to talk about. So what I want to talk about today are items that you should not buy when you're in college, because you're going to see them when you're going down the school supply aisle, and honestly, you don't need them. They're not geared towards you. They're just in the school supply aisle because that's where they're supposed to be. These are items that are maybe geared more towards middle school or possibly maybe even high school, but more towards middle school and elementary school. You're going to see them. They're going to be on sale, but honestly, you really don't need them. So the first one I wanted to talk about were color crayons and pencils. So these have been used, as you guys can see, and so have the pencils, but honestly, I've never used them for school. It's really rare that you're going to come across some sort of arts and crafts project, and honestly, if you have to turn something in like a poster, you're probably going to do it on the computer. So you're not going to need them. It doesn't matter how cheap they are, you should skip on that purchase. So the next thing that's along the same lines are a glue and a glue stick. So I've never used these for school. Never, ever, ever. I bought these maybe when I first started school, I'm pretty sure, and that was maybe about 2 years ago, and this one's full and this one's only up to there. And I've used them for other things, but just never for school, so skip off on those as well. And the next thing is tape and scissors. I have never used scissors for school. Maybe around the house, and even then, like, they're in this box underneath my bed. I never reach for them. Or for tape, and maybe I used this for Christmas, and I still have like a whole roll left. So these are other purchases that you should really skip out on. Along those same lines is going to be this baby, a ruler. So I use this for my algebra class maybe a handful of times, just because I kept on forgetting to take it to class with me, and I've never used it for another class again. My husband used it, my sister used it for the same class, and that was it. We have never used this ruler again for anything. And it's one of those flexy ones. I should have just used the edge of a binder or something, because honestly, I just haven't used it for anything else. Along the same lines are protractors, those half ones, anything like that, unless specifically asked for a class. Don't purchase it, because you're probably not going to end up using it. The other thing would be a stapler remover. I don't think I've ever really used one or needed one, just because when I get assignments back from teachers, I hole punch them and I stick them in my binder wherever I'm going to keep them. Along those same lines would be construction paper, and it would be folders as well. Unless you tend to use folders over binders like I do, you're never really going to use them for a class. They're never going to be essential unless they ask specifically for a folder that like you turn in weekly or something like that. You're never going to use them. They're never going to ask you for them. Also, as far as turning in assignments, teachers prefer just the paper itself. They don't want you to put it in a covering or sleeve or anything like that, just because they have to carry a whole bunch of assignments from other students, that if they all came in a case like that, they would be a lot heavier. So they actually just ask for it stapled and for you to turn it in. So another thing would be something like this, just like a notebook, like a mini notebook. I know they have the even smaller ones, and then they have like the really pretty colored Post-its and stuff like that. I've never used this for anything. I bought it from Barnes & Noble because it was really, really cheap. But unless you write in it or you use it to like schedule yourself out or something like that, it's just, you're really just not going to use it. Especially since I have a planner instead. I end up using this just for scratch paper. Like, I don't even do to-do lists because I put it in here. So, again, these are all things you're going to see on the school supply aisle that you're really not going to use. Another thing would be the note cards that come in the little ring or come in the container. You can always buy the container separately and it'll be cheaper. You can always hole punch them and put them on a ring yourself. So don't pay the extra money for that, just because it's not worth it. Note cards you can get up to $1/4 a pack, or like $4 for $1, $3 for $1. So it just makes no sense for you to pay $3 for it to be hole punched and to come in a little container when the container is like 50 cents as well. So again, if you guys have anything that you've bought for school that you were just like, that was totally a waste of money, completely not worth it, I shouldn't have bought it, feel free to let me know. And the last one is this one, but I already talked about this in my other video and complained about it, so I'm not going to talk about it again. Feel free to let me know if you guys bought anything that you never used, just because if I see something nice, it's just nice to remind myself that I don't need it and shouldn't buy it. So I'll see you guys soon, and I hope you guys are all doing great. Bye.